been done with school for a couple of months, and he was still waffling. So I went and did it on my own. I kept trying to get the words out, and they just would not come. He'd feel blindsided. I knew I should have waited, but I wanted to get on with it. I wanted to be in the NYPD. For myself, and to fulfill the dream my father was not able to get for himself. I fisted my hands and pressed them to my thighs, my nails digging deep into my palms. The queasy want-to-kiss-Jay feeling replaced by a hole in my stomach. I signed up for the academy. I start in 5 weeks. Now it's your turn. He took a step back and his expression went slack, like he had no idea how to react. He took a deep breath and ran his hands roughly over his head, not talking. There was a weird flutter in my chest, like there wasn't enough air in my lungs. I wanted to ask what he was thinking, but I didn't. When he looked up, I knew the answer before he opened his mouth. I'm not joining the academy, Priscilla. I applied for grad school. I felt like throwing up, bile rising in my throat, because I couldn't shake the feeling that this would be what finally blew us apart. This would put our lives on different paths. He would do his thing, and I would do mine, and we'd lose this. We'd lose us. Chapter 1. Juan Pablo. The flex is really fucking real. I grinned as I tapped the caption onto the photo of me cheesing with my glass of XO on the rocks in a private motherfucking jet I was taken to the Dominican Republic. I ran my fingers over the corner of my mouth as I posted on Instagram with more hashtags and shit than necessary, but who could blame my ass for doing the most? Juan Pablo, get off that phone, sweetheart, and take it easy on that liquor. We haven't even taken off yet. I rolled my eyes, pocketing my phone as I looked behind me to where my parents were sitting. Okay, Ma, it's only my first drink, I protested as I pointed at the glasses of champagne she and my dad were sipping on. And that's not water. My father smiled at my whining. It is an open bar, Irene. Let him live. My mother shook her head, making her dark curls bop on her shoulders as she moved up to kiss my dad gently on the mouth, both of them looking like lovesick teens even after almost 40 years. I can't take you to anywhere, she said, without even a hint of annoyance. She then turned to the other side of the aisle where the rest of our group was looking on with amusement. Odette, you have to help me keep these boys in line. Okay, so yes, both my parents were on the jet with me, as was my best friend Patrice, his partner Easton, and Patrice's parents. We were on our way to our other best friend's wedding, Camilo, so I wasn't exactly balling on this trip. Camilo was, however. He was marrying a zillionaire who seemed to live for showering him with every luxury he could get away with, which meant we were traveling like fucking moguls. We would be, anyway, if we ever got in the air. We'd been held back because at the last minute a few other passengers were added to the flight. I turned around to ask P if he'd heard who else was coming when I heard the flight attendant's radio come alive with a crackly voice giving her instructions. She smiled in our direction and gestured toward the still open door of the plane. Looks like our final passengers are here. We should be heading out very soon. With that, she went to meet whoever had finally arrived. This shit of traveling in a private jet was pretty fucking swank. I mean, no security line, and you basically just rolled up to the plane, which was waiting in a hangar at the Westchester County Airport. I could fucking get used to this. Also, I needed the vacation. I'd been taking my time decompressing after coming off of what seemed like an interminable postseason. This trip to the DR was exactly what I needed. I heard her before I saw her, talking to her mother and father, whose voices I'd also recognized anywhere, and felt that sickening dip of excitement, mixed with barely contained want that always took over whenever Priscilla Gutierrez was near. Fuck, I wasn't ready for this. I knew I was going to see her. Her entire family was coming to the wedding, but I thought I'd have time to get there, get my bearings. I never knew how my heart would conspire against my head when it came to Pris. Just knowing she was boarding this plane made a tornado swirl inside my chest. My heart started pounding and my vision blurred a little as she chattered with her mother. I had no clue how to act and, for some reason, panicked at the thought that she would be caught off guard by me being here. But before I had time to turn around and get some information from Patrice or Easton, she was walking onto the plane. It was November, so even though we were headed to the Caribbean, everyone was wearing fall attire. Pris was in what I always called her Bronx girl chic. Fancy leggings and sweater combo with pristine matching Nikes. The whole thing was a mess of fall colors, olive green and